That's not true. Can't be.
The wilds are difficult. Let me eat.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Next time, try my
Fire!
Seen those
Walk.
generic writing machines? Think I could ever get tired.
Hands up.
No lights out there.
We gotta catch up.
Maybe I should.
From journeys unknown, the Nora returned to the teller of tales and keeper of ornaments. Everyone's been in a better mood with these lucky leaves around. Makes them feel confident in our odds out here. Have you found any more ornaments?
Yeah. Here.
So, what can I do for you?
Let's put this one up.
By our heroine's word, the lights would dazzle the sky. This is stranger than a spark in a puddle. What kind of festival celebrates bats? By the forge, during the party, what did they feast on? Oh, and before I forget, help yourself to the contents of that chest over there. For our heroine had dared the challenges of the West, recovering life while served riches and rewards.
I'm not quite sure I live up to all that, but
Is that what you're doing?
Oi, slag.
Ready when you are.
Back on the payroll. We got a Nora to thank for it.
You? Will you trade?
Yeah, you!
Hey.
I guess I should be thanking you for bringing Moreland back alive. Well, if you need to resupply, my shop's open. First, he wants to go below the surface, then he wants to fly above it. Is it too much to ask that we all stay here, with our feet on the ground? At least long enough to enjoy the shards this place will earn us.
you really want me to answer that?
Funny. Just run along before Moreland gets any more ideas.
What happened to that hammer you robbed?
Heard you
Remedies
cleared
to
out a rebel
trade.
outpost. Huh. Good riddance.
Don't you have somewhere better?
Good day.
Be guided by the ten. Regala must be licking her wounds now. You stood certain in battle after all. Strike
Even
true as the
Outlanders
ten.
see that Regala
Did the
is
wilds
treacherous.
treat you well, Outlander?
You're far from home, traveler.
You were there?
Welcome, warrior.
Yeah, my
I'm
whole
watching
squad
you.
went. Always be vigilant and threshing to commemorate.
What? We're spectators?
That's how good of a fight it was, my friend.
Visions of the ten.
If you've got medals, you're worthy of our gear,
Face off
champion.
against machines and prove your worth to the clans.
What can I do for you, Aloy?
Got some more tags for you.
I'm never happy to get them, but hopefully they'll comfort the squad mates and families of our lost soldiers. You must have cleared every outpost in the wilds. If I were Regala, I'd be worried. More importantly, our dead can now be bagged and tagged properly thanks to you. May the ten be with them. Here, these belong to one of the fallen. He left no family behind, but I know he'd be honored to have a true soldier have them.
Thank you. I'll take good care of them. Well, I guess I should go.
Safe travels.
Is your blade arm ache?
How's our supply of ash blood?
Got enough to last. You can march on back up the front.
The ten have spoken to us anew.
visions will guide us. You'll need courage for the battle to come.
The final battle against Regala. Hail, Outlander!
Clear to enter.
Safe travels, champion.
If you walk by, you'll miss out on a good trade.
You look geared up for battle.
You
Always a
shouldn't
smart
miss
choice.
this chance to trade.
Is it me, or did the old ones just look funny? Funny how? Yeah, they're close. They're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catallo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Catallo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked. Turns out it really is.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Katalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
How's Alva doing?
She's been digging into that data you two found in San Francisco. And she seems more bubbly than usual, if that's even possible. Maybe one of these days I'll get her to tell me more about these ancestors of hers.
Just not Pharaoh, maybe?
Yeah, we'll skip him.
This is it, Varl.
To think, it was just the two of us when we first stepped out west.
And now we have a team. A good one. This is all because of you, Varl.
Yeah, you're right.
Smartass. Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl. What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running. Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
you'll hear about it.
Aloy, do you have a moment? Aloy! I'm glad you're here. I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alva. I'll put it to good use. Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged, and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way, or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough. Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The Legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the Old Ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
I think that about covers it.
Great. I better keep preparing for the mission ahead.
I'm quite certain that it's a unique situation.
I know that. But if there were two of me walking around, I'd run for the hills and never look back. Come on, I'm being serious. So am I.
All this time, I've been so focused on what Elizabeth was like, what she would do. I was wrong to hold Beta to that standard. I probably shouldn't even be doing it to myself. I'll try to do better. So much of who I am is because of Rost. Even now, he's still teaching me. And he'd probably scold me for taking so long to learn the lesson.
Is it me, or did the old ones just look funny? Funny how? They're close.
Excellent. You've returned.
I bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes. Only more persistent.
I have to go.
We walk the warrior's path.
Welcome back. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.